guys, Adam here, Blackfyre Productions, and welcome back to another World War Marvel. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at CP45, Deadpool and Bob, Agent of Hydra. But before we delve in, I got to make a big shout out to our partners over at Torchlight Games and Hobbies in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. If you haven't yet, check out them, their web store in the description of the video down below. You'll see a link there. Go over there, check them out. If you do buy any hobby supplies like paints and such like that from them, make sure you use the code FIRE5 to save yourself 5%. But with that done and out of the way, let's jump into this box and see what's all inside, because I'm really excited for Deadpool to go with some of my other X-Force models that I've been painting up recently. So here we are delving into the box, CP45, Deadpool and Bob, Agent of Hydra. Haven't cracked them open yet, and I'm really excited to. It's been about a week since I've had them. Not even quite a week actually, but either way, I've had them for a while and I haven't opened them yet because I've been working on Cable and Domino and Sabretooth and Wolverine. But that's all going to change after today. So there's box art, you can see it there. Little write up on the back about who they are, as well as the contents. You can see some of the options here, such as different heads and rocket and stuff like that, as well as the taco truck. So you get what you get is one Deadpool miniature, one Hydra Bob miniature, one taco truck miniature, 2 bases, 2 character stat cards, 3 team tactics cards, and 8 tokens. So that is what's supposed to be in the box. So let's open that up and see what is on the inside. Lots of stuff. Oh my goodness. Alright, here we go. Bag of plastic there, like so. Your instructions, assembly instructions. So let's do with this side here. You do have an extra head, alternate head for Bob, Agent of Hydra. So you have like the chef hat or the regular. I'm going to be using the regular alternate head, it says there. And then you have your taco truck as well. So let's see, it's probably going to be like size 3 terrain is my guess. And then over here you have your instructions for Deadpool with the different chests. I think one's more leaning forward where the other one's sort of like leaning back. I guess supposed to be more aggressive or more like coming forward than the other one, which is backwards. But you have different torso pieces, different leg pieces, different heads, as well as with the missile and that for the whoosh sounds and everything else. So that's what you get rules or instructions wise. Let's take a look at the plastic that they got in here. So we got some new terrain, which I will definitely get painted up to put on my board somewhere. Yeah, definitely size 3. So you got that piece there. You can see size 3 for the taco truck. I don't know if these are, I'm not sure what these are, whether they're like a tray or a plate or something like that. I'm not sure. And maybe cups by the looks of it. That's funny. The taco truck itself. So, and then the sides. So I'll get this built up eventually too. What my thoughts are is I might do the black like on the box art, but I might try to do it by priming it all silver, then using contrast paints over it. I know contrast paints over a thin, over a flat area, sort of they can sort of go on not smooth like, but if you do them in multiple thin layers by thinning it down with like Lamia medium or some sort of medium along those lines, not water, they actually can get a nice smooth coverage with them. So I'll probably do like a metallic black with that, prime it silver, dry brush some silvers on there. Just some quick painting basically is what my train of thoughts were. Let's take a look at, oh, there's another spur in here with the taco truck actually with all the wheels and everything. There you go. These are definitely trays and tacos and quesadillas, or maybe other chimichangas. I'm not sure. Probably chimichangas. But yeah, cool. So what you always need is more terrain. You have obviously your 4 bases, right? Like so. And then you also have your Bob agent of Hydra with his ammo box and his massive bazooka. I can't wait to throw him around the board. Not literally, but throw him around the board in the sense that after he shoots his bazooka, I think he goes flying. And then you have Deadpool himself. Deadpool sprues, so you got the whoosh sound there. It's just so freaking cool. And then you got your missiles, your different torsos here as well. You can see. And then your different legs. 4 different heads there, right around there, and then your hands, or your swords and arms. So my thoughts for Deadpool, when I go to build him, I'm not gonna build him on the rocket. I'm gonna put him on rubble like I have with some of my other guys. So I'll show you here quickly what I'm talking about. So like I said, I've been working on my cable and Deadpool, so there's my cable, if you can see that. Right, so I tried to go for like a dark blue worn cape sort of look with like stippling along the highlights and stuff like that in the bottoms to add that worn texture. And then the base wise, I literally did them with did it with Dawnstone, and then over the sand I put the sand and the rubble on there. Actually it was Vallejo diorama effects, and then added some sand on top of it to give it some extra like growth and everything. And then I gave that a brown wash as well as the metal a brown wash, and then went over it with AK Interactive, a dark brown wash as well, and then reduced it and took some off using mineral spirits. But yeah, so like I'm trying to go for like a very worn sort of look with these guys, because they're, you know, they're supposed to be more of like a military-esque squad. At least the comic series I read, with Wolverine being the leader, they were sort of like the behind the scenes, sort of like taking out targets that normally they wouldn't go after or couldn't go after. But yeah, so but that's what I went with Cable, and then with Sabretooth. Finished painting him up this morning, and when I say this morning, it would be Tuesday. But yeah, so Cable, black and gray X-Force suits. Same with Wolverine. Same thing I'm going to do with Domino. Same thing I'm going to do with Deadpool, because I want to do a complete theme behind them. Basically prime them black, and then use Stegodon Scale Green, I think, or Stegodon Green. As a base blue, then added some Thousand Suns blue to it. All GW colors as well, because that's what I have the most of. The blue is Skaven Blight, gray, mixed with Dawnstorm building up. And the base color on the base as well is just Dawnstone, with that AK Interactive stuff as well. To end on the sand, I just added some Karak Stone highlights, dry brushed it on, just dabbed it on a little bit. But yeah, that's what I did with Sabretooth, and then Wolverine. Some poses with him too, what I did with his leg, instead of being so straight up and down like in his standard pose. Let me see if I can get my own. Hold on one second. Here we go. I'm going to compare the two. Alright, so you can see. Alright, so we got two of them here. So you can see that the leg, his left leg, is straight up and down pretty much on the original version. But on this version, what I did is I sort of turned it outwards a little bit, so opened it up a little bit, and then I also cut at the knee and a bit of an angle, and then took a chunk off the one side, so it would be a bent knee. I did nothing different with his left hand comparatively. And then his right hand, what I did is I opened it up as well, then filled all the gaps in his shoulder here, so it'd be more upright. And if I can show you, hold on. There you go. So I put it on more of an angle. I think it was actually in the elbow that I did it, and then filled the gaps, just so it'd be on a slightly different angle. But besides that, yeah, that's all I did. And like I said, I did the green stuff into his hip sort of area, and that, so that way it would fill it up and everything, and just changes it from basically being upright and to what you see here, which is like that. So it's just like when he's coming at you, it's not so tall. This is like he's almost lunging forward a little bit more. But yeah, that's and then Wolverine, same thing, modified him a bit. elbow or changed up the direction of his arms with some green stuff, as well as not putting him on the rock, and his head, instead of being more turned to the right, I have it pointed forward. But yeah, that's the paint scheme that I'm going for all of my guys. So Deadpool is going to be like this as well, with the black and the gray and then the red accents. So that's the idea behind my X-Force team painting wise. I'll just put those guys back there. I know we're doing an unboxing, but I thought we were talking about painting it briefly for a second, so I thought I might as well show you what I'm doing with those guys. So that way they sort of have like that cohesive team feeling behind all of them. Had to go out and buy another Sabretooth and Wolverine pack just so I could do this. So pulling all the cards in that out now. We got a bunch of tokens here. So you got your X-Force tokens, your bleed tokens. That's going to be your ammo token for Bob. And that's going to be your Chimichanga tokens for the Chimichanga Tactics card. Let's look at the Tactics cards right now. We got Chimichangas, so Deadpool may spend 1 power to play this card. Add a Chimichanga objective token asset to this to the game. Deadpool is holding this token at the end of this character's activation. If it is holding a Chimichanga token, it gains 1 power and may remove 1 damage or special condition. Really, really good. So all of a sudden he's jumping up in power and removing damage as well. So like I see myself when I'm playing Deadpool playing this early on, so that way he has it. Any character may use the following interaction ability: interaction Chimichanga, pick up the Chimichanga token. But yeah, so like, yeah, it's just gonna be so good. You're like, yeah, like it's at the end of the character's activation, if it's holding it, it gains a power and remove 1 damage. So like, it's automatically paying for itself. I don't see why you wouldn't want to use that with Deadpool. It's so freaking good. Yeah, pretty sneaky, sis. During the power phase, any number of allied X-Force characters may spend 2 power to play. Spend 2 power each to play this card. Enemy characters must be within range 2 of characters that spent power to target them with attacks this round. So that's going to be super easy, or super nice. Sort of similar to the Shadow Network from the Criminal Syndicate. And Kingpin, I think, came with that card, if I can remember correctly. And then you have Yoink. So Yoink, during Deadpool's activation, he may spend 2 power to play this card. Select one of the following effects. If an allied cable is within range 2 of Deadpool, place Deadpool within range 2 of his current position. Basically stealing his, teleporting capabilities. If an allied domino is within range 2 of Deadpool, Deadpool may use the grenade bounce attack listed on her attack stat once this activation without paying its power cost. If an allied Wolverine that is holding an objective token is within range 2 of Deadpool, place 1 objective token held by Wolverine onto Deadpool. Deadpool is now holding the objective token. This team tactic card does not allow a character to hold more tokens than the crisis specifies. If an enemy Bob, agent of Hydra, is within range 2 of Deadpool, you may remove any number of loaded tokens from it. So there's your counter to the load tokens for Bob. Super funny and zany. I don't know what tactics cards I'm going to bring in my X-Force teams now. Like, I really like Chimichangas for what it can do, especially with like Deadpool and stuff. All of a sudden, he's healing better than Wolverine. And he's gaining more power and he's at 3 threats, so like it's just so good. The sneaky, pretty sneaky sis, like it's a great one. Yoink, I don't know, but like because they have healing factor and everything else, like when I get into them, like there's just so many options now for tactics cards for the X-Force. I'm just at a loss for words. I'm going to sit down and write a list for my X-Force team very soon, and I think I'm probably going to present it later on this week, probably on the weekend, and do like another little video for it. I just got to sit down and sort of compile my thoughts though, because like there's just so much that I'm loving about this, just like for theme and like good choices for tactics cards. And I know basically the characters that I'm going to be using, it'll be Cable, Wolverine, Sabretooth. I'm looking at Deadpool, Domino, Storm, Beast, Cyclops to mix in the other mutants. And when I say other mutants, it allows me to go into X-Men, especially with Cable, because I think he's going to be really good with the X-Men. And I'm thinking Toad might be thrown in there just for objective grabbing wise. And another 2-pointer. I was thinking Bob, Agent of Hydra. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Yeah, but let's take a look at the tactics cards anyways. So we'll do Bob, Agent of Hydra first. Stamina 3, movement medium, size 2, 2 threat. 2's across the board for defenses. He has Hydra Pistol, which is a range 3, 4 strength, so 4 dice attack, 0 cost, and then after the attack is resolved, this character gains 1 power. Excessive violence. Yes, I love it. Range 4, strength 9, 0 power to use. This character may choose this attack only if it has a loaded token. After the attack is resolved, this character loses all loaded tokens it has. Before damage is dealt, all other characters within range 2 of the target character suffer 2 damage, so it's going to be really good on an E-style board. Before damage is dealt, this character is thrown away from the target character short. This throw is resolved by the player controlling the target character. Then, if this character if this character does not have a dazed token, it suffers 3 damage. So basically you're going to be knocking them out, dazing them and knocking them out every time you do this attack. But it's okay because in certain situations it's just going to be so good. Super good. It might actually be fun to put him into, Cabal list with Enchantress and some other board control types that you can bunch everybody up. Again, the E-style deployment for the crisis events will just be super awesome for this guy. So he has Hydra Taxes, costs 2 power. Choose an allied character within range 2 of this character. Place this character within range 1 of the chosen character, so he can bounce around a little bit. Make it spicy, Bob. Action: this character gains a loaded token. Loaded token, but it costs 8 power. Then he has My Caliente. This character gains 1 loaded token at the start of the game. So that's pretty good. It's just going to be so devastating. It's going to be awesome. I was talking with a friend, Vincent, and he tried him out, and I think his brother tried him out, and I think he said that he almost got 2 shots off with the excessive violence. So I want to see it go off so bad. And I think he would be really good with people like Thanos, who can boost up his damage and stuff like that as well. So it's just crazy. No real big changes on the attacks or stamina or anything like that. He does have another superpower, which is But How. So if this character does not have an activated token and would be KO'd by having damage tokens placed on it, it gains a dazed token instead. During the cleanup phase, when you would normally flip this character's card as a result of dazed tokens, it remains on its injured side, and this character loses 3 damage. This character loses 3 power. And then if at any time this is the only character you control, you lose the game. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. I don't mind that at all. That's going to be a fun little guy to use, I think, and I definitely want to see him on an E-style board with some Cabal or other people, even web warriors that have a ton of board control, and then just like blast everybody when they're all grouped up like that. Basically, the play is just to get as many of those excessive forces off as you possibly can. All right, so Deadpool, here we go. So stamina 4 on the front, medium movement size 2, cost of 3, 3, 3, 4 for defenses. He has stab, range 2, 5 die attack, 0 cost obviously. After the attack is resolved, this character gains power equal to the damage dealt. Bang, it's range 4 die attack, 0 cost again, and then on a wild and a hit, he has bang bang. After this attack is resolved, this character may make another bang attack. The additional attack must target the original target character. This special roll can only be triggered by the first bang attack each action. And then if you get a wild and 2 hits on your bang bang attack roll, after this attack is resolved, the character may make another bang attack. This additional attack must target the original target character. The special rule may only be triggered by an attack granted by the bang bang special rule. So you could potentially get 12 dice up against your opponent with that. So it's pretty interesting. I could see him being good with like a Doom Prophecy or something along those lines that, again, can increase dice rolls. Or Thanos, though Thanos doesn't really like Deadpool, so again, just boosting up the number of dice that you can get. And obviously with the X-Force, with their leadership, where you can re-roll and attack roll in your turn, I think that would be really good. Dobtinium? Yeah, anyhow. Yeah, Dodium Poke. Yeah, whatever it's called. Range 2, 6 die, 3 power to use. If this attack deals damage after this attack is resolved, the target character gains the bleed and slow special condition. Slow sucks. I hate it, especially when you're expecting to be pushed out of there, or could be pushed out of where you want to be. So yeah, I like slow on my opponents. No, not me. And then he has Merc with a mouse, costs 3 power to do. Choose an enemy character within range 3 of this target, or of this character. It loses 2 power. A character may only be affected by this power once per round. I know Karate. This character may reroll 1 die in its attack and defense rolls. Absolutely hilarious. Unicorns, rainbows, and sugar plums dancing through my head. This character cannot be pushed or advanced by enemy effects from mental or mystical attacks or enemy superpowers. So things like MODOK and Enchantress, stuff like that, can't push them around or advance them. So that's going to be really good for controlling the objectives and such. Healing factor 2, so heals very, very well, which is fantastic. And then on the flip side, he jumps up to 6 stamina. His stab, bang, bang are the same, and then he has maximum effort now, which is range 2, 7 die attack, 4 power to use. On a wild, it has Dance Party. After this attack is resolved, the character may advance short. After this is advanced, each character within range 2 of this character suffers 1 damage. This character gains 1 power for each damage dealt in this way. So that's going to be pretty cool. So if you can get a good clumping of people, again, to set them up with Bob, maybe he can shoot one of them, and then all of a sudden, you know, everybody else within range 2 of that character suffers 2 damage, then maybe he can come in the next activation and do his attack and cause some more damage with that maximum effort. So Merc in the Mouth stays the same. All right, now it's serious. This character always counts as a healthy instead of injured for the purposes of contesting objectives, so it is a new superpower, and then everything else stays the same for the other superpowers. So that's what we got. I'm going to build them up today, at least Deadpool. I'm going to start painting Deadpool. He's going to be the next one. Actually, no, I'm going to start painting Domino because she's already built. Then I'll paint up Deadpool. And then I'm going to throw a list together, and I'll probably, like I said, present it come sometime on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, something like that, just for fun. I think the next unboxing I'm going to be doing is going to be doing Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I know I already chatted a little bit with Hydra Party Protocols over on their podcast about Luke Cage and Iron Fist, so I'll do an unboxing of those guys sometime soon, and I know I'm expecting to get Mr. Sinister and the Twins Friday, Saturday, you know, as they're released here in Canada. So you can definitely expect unboxing video of those guys, and I'll probably try to throw a roster together, Brotherhood, maybe Brotherhood Avengers roster, sort of mixing them two together. So I'll do a list for those guys as well. So anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys are working on in the comments down below, and what you're looking forward to. I know I'm looking forward to getting more games, and once this lockdown is over, which is supposed to be May 19th, but our government is thinking that it might go longer, which I foresee it happening. But anyhow, again, if you haven't yet checked out our partner's link, go to the description of the video, check out Torchlight Games and Hobbies, and make sure to use Fire 5 in your purchases. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, ignite your hobby.